Hello crochet friends, and welcome back to Yarn Over Hook. My name is Sammy, and for today's video, we're gonna do a week of crochet. This week is super extra special because Yarn Over Hook is turning 1. Yay, confetti, confetti. We have already had a couple of really fun hangouts on Yarn Over Hook, and it has been such a blast. I am so looking forward to this week. I am also planning on getting a lot of crocheting done this week, so it's just excitement all around. Yarn Over Hook is a free social media for crocheters by crocheters. So if you are looking for a community to join us. Join in on the festivities. We are having so much fun and would love to have you. You can join for free at yarnoverhook.com. During today's hangout, I was actually working on my Hooked by Robin festival blanket. I am so excited for this blanket. I want to show you the squares that I've been working on. Do you guys want a tour? I'll just give you a tour of all the squares that I've done, yeah? Yeah, let's just do that. So we'll start off with the daisy squares. These ones were so much fun to make. I've mentioned before that I have learned so much from doing this blanket, and sometimes it makes me feel like I don't even know how to crochet. I have learned so many fun new techniques, and it just makes me so excited to keep going with this blanket, to keep seeing what other new things I learn. So those are the daisies. I just finished 7 rainbow granny squares, and I actually need to reverse the order and do 5 more. So we'll actually work on that a little bit today. These are just a stack of solid granny squares that I had to do. So those ones were super simple and crocheted up very quickly. These squares are called mini granny squares, and if you watched the first 1 week of crochet, you'll know that I worked on these ones during that video. So those are these. I really love them. I learned some really fun techniques doing these granny squares. So these ones are kind of at the top of like my favorites so far. I also have 6 smiley grannies, and so those are in a bunch of different colors as well. These were so much fun. I've never squared off a circle before, which I'm actually surprised about that. But yeah, I've never squared off a circle before, so these were really fun. And then embroidering the smiley faces was just extra fun on top of that. And then under all of these rainbow grannies are some spiral grannies. I've never done a spiral granny square before, and I had always wondered how it was done. And then finally doing it, it was like, oh, of course. Crochet is just amazing. It's just absolutely amazing. For those who don't know, you work 4 different balls of yarn at the same time, just hopping between each of them, slowly spiraling the colors together. Just so cool. Just crochet is so cool. So I have white ones of those, as well as the reverse in black. And that is what I have so far. I love these rainbow grannies that I'm doing because they're so simple, and I feel like they gave me a little bit of a break between the more complicated grannies. Hooked by Robin really spaced these granny squares out really well. I'm very happy with this kit. I am so glad that I got it. If you missed the first 1 week in crochet, this is the festival blanket, the second iteration of the festival blanket by Hooked by Robin with Crochet Society. So you had to pre-order the box in order to get it. It came with exclusive yarn colors and the pattern, as well as 5 new squares updated from her original festival blanket. At first, I wasn't going to get it because it was such an impulse buy. Oh my gosh, it was such an impulse buy. I was just scrolling through YouTube, and she happened to be live talking about the Crochet Society collab. And I was like, let me just tune in, because I've never seen her live before. Let me just tune in. Boy, did I tune in. He brought out the box and immediately started showing the blanket. And I was like, I could just hear my wallet getting upset with me. My wallet was so upset with me. So I got it, and it was estimated delivery, I think between August and September, or July and August. And we were just about to start the summer stash bash. So I was like, oh no, if this comes during the summer stash bash, I'm gonna have to hold off. I technically bought it before the summer stash bash started, so I didn't buy any new yarn during the summer stash bash. However, this did arrive almost immediately after we finished. So one of the rules of the summer stash bash was that you couldn't buy new yarn. So if the box arrived while I was doing the summer stash bash, I probably would have held off because I don't know, I feel like that might have been cheating a little bit, even though I ordered it before the summer stash bash. I don't know, but I'm glad that it came after because it felt like such a gift. Like it felt like such a like, oh, kind of moment from the crochet gods. This blanket is currently a 10 out of 10 for me. The colors, amazing. The packaging, amazing. The pattern, incredible. I am just so excited for this blanket. It is super, super nostalgic. It is so colorful. It's bright, it's vibrant, it's unique. And I love blankets. I've mentioned before that I love blankets, so I'm having a lot of fun with this one. Okay, so I do want to get into some crocheting. Like I said, I have to do the inverse of this square now, but only 5 instead of 7. I already have 2 started, so I want to keep going with that. I'm going to continue on with 3 more of these little guys in the red, then I'll move on to orange, do all of them with the orange, and then yellow, green, blue, purple. Doing it that way, I think is what made me finish them so quickly, as opposed to hopping around to each color for each square. So I'm going to crochet 3 more in the red, then I'm gonna grab my orange, and then we're just gonna go and see how many squares we can get done. I think what attracted me most to this blanket was just the feel of nostalgia. I mentioned it before, but like the nostalgia that this blanket brought to me is definitely what pulsed the impulse buy. Is that a thing? It reminded me of the bright colors from the early 2000s and bead bracelets and funky like hair accessories and colorful clothing. Lisa Frank even, like colorful school supplies. It just made me feel so good, and there was no way that I could pass it up. I often talk with my husband about how nostalgic I feel for like fun, colorful, whimsical things, which is why I think I lean heavy towards colorful and bright yarn. It has just been bringing me so much joy lately, and it's funny because I didn't used to pick really bright colored yarn. I've always been pretty nostalgic, but I never went out of my way to get like super bright colored things that like reminded me of like my childhood and stuff like that. So getting this blanket kit, it's just, I can't express how much joy it's brought me. I'm really hoping that I could finish this blanket maybe in like the next couple of months. I already have so many squares done. Actually, how many do I have done? I have 44 squares done. I'm gonna have to recount that later because I can't believe I'm already over halfway done. I need to do 80 squares total. So that's incredible. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I did not know I had that many squares done already. And then I'll have these 5 squares done. That will put me at 49 squares. Oh my gosh, I just got like a ping of sadness. I don't want this to be over. This truly has been such a joy to crochet. I've been crocheting some of these squares along with the Yarn Over Hook community, and they have just been enjoying it as well. It has been so much fun posting updates and letting everybody know like how far I've gotten in the blankets, and all of us just counting down until I'm done with these squares. This kit was actually the first kit I've ever purchased, now that I think about it. Yeah, because I really like to pick my yarn myself, so I've never really been drawn to kits. But this one, like I said, Cooked by Robin, you did a good job. This has made me want to look into kits more because it's so easy to just grab a kit for something that you want to make, because you don't have to pick the colors, you don't have to pick out the yarn, you don't have to worry about how much yarn you're getting and making sure that you get the right amount. You can just order the kit, grab your hook, start crocheting when it gets there. And that has been so lovely with this. When I first got the box, I was so ecstatic. The box is ginormous. This is the box. It is so much fun. Like, look at how colorful and fun that is. Tell me you don't feel immediate nostalgia when you look at this box. It is so much fun. The detail that went into creating this kit, I just appreciate it so much. The colors are vibrant and fun and poppy. There's nothing chill or subdued about this kit, and I love every bit of it. The patterns are so easy to follow. I get excited every time I finish a set of squares and I just want to hop into the next square. The video tutorials are great, and everything included in the pattern, from crocheting up the squares to seaming the blanket to doing the border, it's just so nice. I have to say, this is probably some of the most fun I have ever had crocheting. Okay, so I have finished all of the red centers. So now I have to move on to orange, then yellow, green, blue, purple. And I want to see how far I can get before I have to go have dinner. So before we dive in, cheers, let's have a water break. Don't you just love granny squares? I love granny squares. So I am done with the orange round of these squares. Now I'm going to move on to yellow. It has been, oh my gosh, like 8 minutes. These crochet up so fast. So now I'm officially done with orange. I will put that in my box, which is just awesome. The box doubles as storage for the yarn, and I'm pretty sure Hooked by Robin mentioned that it can double as storage for the blanket too, if you ever want to put it away. And I just appreciate that so much. I just appreciate that so much. All right, time to move on to yellow. Alrighty, so I have 3 rounds done of my 6-round granny square. So all that is left for these 5 squares are green, blue, and purple, and then I'll be done with them. These are just so fun. These are so much fun. I'm going to leave these right here and go get some dinner. So I will catch you guys tomorrow for some more crochet. Hi friends, happy Tuesday. Today has been a day. Yesterday, I was very excited about the rainbow grannies that I was doing for my festival blanket by Hooked by Robin. I realized today I need to take a deep breath because it has been oh gosh, it's been a ride. So I realized that I made a huge mistake, and right now I am trying to step away from it and not think about it too much. So sorry for the teaser, but I'm not going to get into it today. For today, I'm going to work on my doodad blanket so that I can kind of reset and find my Crochet again with this festival blanket. To give you a little bit of a TLDR, because I don't want to just leave you hanging, I found out that I had made a very big mistake in how I was approaching the festival blanket. And it's a bummer because I was just really, really excited for that blanket. Oh my gosh. I mean, yesterday I was just over the moon. The squares were making me so happy. Everything was making me so happy. And I had just gotten over halfway done with all of the squares for the blanket. So to then realize that I had been doing the blanket completely wrong, kind of just made my Crochet flutter away. One of the things that we often talk about is how, one, making mistakes is just part of the journey. It's part of being a crocheter, it's part of being an artist. And when you make a mistake, especially in crochet, you just frog it. Just frog it. Suffice it to say, I will be doing a lot of frogging that I am not looking forward to. But I have learned a couple of lessons from this mistake, and I just think that is what is most important. So to kind of give myself a break from that fiasco, I am working on my doodad blanket by Hooked on Sunshine. I am on a very simple row today, which is giving me a nice we talk a lot during the lives about how stepping away from a project can really help you regain your Crochet or your Crochet. And I think I'm going to give it a couple of days. So you probably won't see or hear the story behind what's going on tomorrow, but definitely Thursday. I think I just need like 48 hours. Just give me like 48 hours away from that blanket and we'll be totally fine. We'll be totally fine. Sometimes I feel like as an artist, you don't want to step away from your art. I feel like, especially when you're a perfectionist and you need to complete something before moving on, it's really, really hard to just like, okay, I think I need to take a step back from this and work on something else, and then we'll just come back to it and see how we feel. It's very hard, and I feel like it's doubly hard when you need to take a step back from something that you are like really enjoying and that you were just really, really happy about. And I'm trying to figure out how to word this. It's like, I don't know. This was definitely something that I was extremely excited about. So the thought of like putting it down and stepping away from it doesn't make me feel good, but I know in 48 hours, I'm going to feel great. I'm going to be glad I stepped away from it. I'm going to be glad that I took a break. I'm going to be glad that I worked on my doodad blanket. Like, everything will be fine. Sometimes I feel like it's just part of the journey. Step away from it, regain your focus, get back your Crochet, get back your Crochet, and come back to it when you're ready. Come back to it and then decide, am I going to continue working on this project or do I just frog it? I will definitely be continuing on my festival blanket. It's something that I absolutely want to have done, and I want to have done correctly. It's just going to definitely take a bit to get back on track for that one. And I think just like taking this breath and regrouping, working on something else that's bringing me absolute joy, I think is going to be helpful. So I feel like if there's anything that I am taking away from the day and that maybe I can offer you as well, it's that it's okay to put the hook down and step away. I spent a lot of the day just frustrated and going back and forth on what I wanted to do and like, how am I going to approach this? And just beating myself up for not reading ahead, for not reading the entire pattern before going into it, or assuming that I knew what was going on and not slowing down my excitement. I was just very excited. I was very, very excited to start the blanket. So it was really, really hard for me to not just dive right in. And I've definitely learned a powerful lesson, a strong lesson, a great lesson in reading the entire pattern and to not assume. I have already learned so many things from all of the blankets that I'm working on currently, even my mood tracker blanket. And this is just another little nugget that I'm going to take away from this experience. So for this evening, it's going to take a little breather. Just going to take a little breather and regroup and step away. Step away, put the hook down, step away. It is definitely going to help me. I just know it. Are there any projects that you have felt like you needed to put down and come back to? Any projects where you realize you made a really huge mistake and that it's going to cost you time, it's going to cost you money, you have to go back and get more yarn, or you've run out of yarn, or you have no idea what you're going to do at this point because the mistake is just so big? What did you decide to do? How long did you have to step away from the project? Did you end up frogging it? Did you end up coming back and just approaching it from a different angle? What did you end up doing? I feel like this is also one of the reasons why I don't mind having multiple projects going at once, because it offers me an opportunity to put one down and jump to another. I had debated on starting a project. There is a top by Knit Crow Addict that I am absolutely obsessed with, and got the Bella Coco Z-Twist merino wool yarn for. And so I was debating if I wanted to start that tonight, but I think just getting locked in and lost in this beautiful blanket, I think that's what the doctor ordered. I really do. So let's get crocheting. Cheers. Alrighty, that was a very quick row. I feel like a really awesome start to the evening, to be honest. I am going to count these stitches before moving on to be sure that I did them correctly. I'm pretty sure I did. This one was a very, very easy row. So simple, but definitely want to double check. We are on the right track. I've mentioned before how much I really appreciate the detail in Hooked on Sunshine's patterns. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Just absolutely wonderful, wonderful job. Before we move on to the next round, I definitely want to give you guys a nice show of where I currently am at with the blanket. In last week's vlog, I worked on this blanket. So we are picking up where we left off from that vlog, but I definitely want to give anybody who is new here just a nice look at this blanket because it is gorgeous. Look at that. Just look at that. Just absolutely beautiful. Such a beautiful pattern. If you have not picked up a Hooked on Sunshine pattern yet, what are you doing? Go grab one right now. But then come back so that we can finish crocheting together. I'm actually wondering if I will be able to get to the pink color this evening because we are almost through the brown. So I'm very excited to see how much more we have left until we can get to that color change. I am working with Lion Brand Mandala Bonus Bundle in the color Meowth. I have one more skein of this color and I have to decide what I want to make with it because I love this colorway. I love this colorway. It is taking everything in me not to make a whole wardrobe just from this colorway. Tell me to stop. I definitely think I am also just growing up obsessed with the Lion Brand Mandala collection because the colorways are just so pretty and they really are perfect for mandala style crochet blankets. The color changes are magnificent, and it really makes the project pop. So if you are considering doing a mandala project, I could not recommend the Lion Brand Mandala enough. It is just no notes. I really want to do the virus blanket next. I feel like I might do that one right after this one because I want another kind of fun mandala-esque blanket. I might do the whatchamacallit blanket also by Hooked on Sunshine. My mother did that blanket and it came out so pretty and I really want to do it. She controlled the colors though. So that's something that I kind of want to think about. Do I want to control the colors for the next blanket or do I just want to get another beautiful, wonderful, perfect mandala cake from Lion Brand? I've never done a kind of color controlled blanket like that. This one is actually my first mandala blanket, my first blanket kind of done in the round like this. So I wouldn't even know how to approach the color changes. I feel like I would need a little bit of direction, especially to begin with. And I know that Hooked on Sunshine does offer some direction in that sense, while also letting you just kind of do what you want to do, which I really do appreciate. But oh man, the color working she does with these blankets, just absolutely gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So I feel like I kind of want to give that controlled color change a go, color working my mandala blanket and see how it goes. I don't know. I feel more confident in choosing colors for my projects now, especially with the help of my husband, who is an artist and teaches color theory. He has helped me a lot with identifying good color pairings, as well as paying attention to the details, like the values of the colors, finding complementary colors, while also throwing in like a dash of fun in there. He's always been very experimental with his color choices, and that's definitely coming through in some of my projects, which I'm really excited about. I finished the Gloria Tote by TL Yarn Crafts, and I picked colors, of course, that I just absolutely love, but the combination of the three colors that I picked, cream, teal, and like a terracotta kind of color, oh man. I picked them up and I remember showing my husband, like, what do you think about these three colors? And he was like, oh, those are great. Those are great. And if you like those, like, you should try this color next and blah, blah, blah. And I didn't even realize that I had gravitated, one, towards a variation of our wedding colors, and two, towards colors that are very prominent in the Southwest. So I finished the tote and it just, oh my gosh, it just reminds me of home. I love it so, so much. I have to decide if I'm going to line it or not. And then choosing a lining color, ooh, oh my gosh, I don't even know. Should I just do cream? That'll be simple. That would be simple. I might just do that. But choosing colors for projects is definitely a question I've gotten a lot from folks. And I've gotten that question so often that I actually created a cheat sheet for choosing colors for your project. And with the help of my husband, there's like some little color theory in there. You can like learn some color theory. Choosing your color palette cheat sheet is absolutely free, and you can grab it from the link in the description below. Hopefully it will help you with choosing your colors for your next project and help you gain the confidence in choosing colors for future projects. Or you could be like me and just get all of the Lion Brand mandala cakes. That's really easy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's pink. We're getting into the pinks. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. The color changes are so fun. I get so excited every time it happens. Oh my gosh, the complete color change from this brown to the pink is happening so slowly. It's so slow. I forget that there's a gradual change from the brown to the pink. It's still so pretty. I love it so much. I think I'm supposed to do one more in this last stitch. Let me see what I did before. Yes, okay. I did the same thing. Let's see how many stitches I'm supposed to have for this row. We're gonna give it a count, and then this next row is the last row of this repeat. Then I start the next repeat. And then I think that that's it. That's it for my blanket. Okay, let's count, let's count. Okay, so that side is correct. However, I did catch myself adding 3 half double crochet instead of the 2 I'm supposed to be doing a couple of times. So I'm going to check the sides to be sure that I really did do 2. And if I did, then I know that my count is correct. So we're just going to do a quick double check. Okay, I am confident that we did that row correctly. I can't believe we're at the end of this repeat. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm pretty sure it's just a bunch of single crochet to build the foundation for the next repeat. So That might take a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm so happy. Quick water break. Cheers. I'm hoping that I only miscounted because that doesn't seem right. I'm missing a lot of single crochet. So I'm just going to count again. Be sure that I'm actually crocheting in everything I'm supposed to crochet into. And I hope that I was just miscounting. Okay, I think I figured it out. Yes, okay. Yeah, I think I figured it out. I'm actually really glad that I didn't continue on with the next side. Something told me count this side to be sure that you are placing these stitches correctly before you move on to the other side, because this is very tedious. So if I had to frog this and go all the way back, oh, that would have been a lot. So we're good now. I'm going to do this other side and count it as well before moving on to the other side. And hopefully we'll be able to finish this before dinner time. Oh my gosh. I'm done. I'm done with the second repeat. I cannot believe it. I'm done with the second repeat. I just need one more repeat and then I'll be done with this blanket. This repeat measured out to be, I think I said about 4.5 inches in last week's vlog. So adding another 4.5 inches on each side should give me about 40 inches, I think, which is exactly where I would like this blanket to be. And then the border should give me maybe like 1 or 2 extra inches. And I think it's going to be perfect. Here, have a look. I'm just speechless. I'm absolutely speechless. This blanket is so pretty. It's so pretty. I love how it's coming out. I cannot wait to put this on our bed. This is like a pretty, like nice little thing on our bed. I'm very excited for it. Will I use this blanket? Probably not. Absolutely not. I may not even touch this blanket after I finish putting on the border. Yeah. I am going to give it a little bit of a steam though, in order to relax the stitches and make it a little bit more flexible, as well as evening out my tension in some spots where I was a little bit tight or a little bit loose. I just can't get over this. I can't get over this. We got to a color change. Look at that. And we finished the second repeat. What a lovely night. What a great way to end the night. I'm going to go have dinner, do some video editing and some yarn over hook stuff for our anniversary week, and I will catch you tomorrow. Have a good night, friends. Hi, crochet friends. It's Wednesday and I have a friend.
I'm here today.
We are doing stitches today, and so I figured that Alexis and I would have like a nice little crochet and hang before we do stitches. So we're gonna crochet for a little bit and just like have a little chat. So what are you working on?
I'm working on, I like to call it my pumpkin patch headband. And by that I mean, I'm making this up as I go right now. I got these like really cute headbands at Remainders, like shout out to Remainders for like the 75th time. But they're just like little like cheapy little headbands that you can put on. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna crochet a bunch of little pumpkins that attach so you can wear a little pumpkin patch, like kind of like crown thing on your head. So I'm doing a bunch of tiny little worsted weight pumpkins.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna be so cute.
It's really like, I've done this kind of technique with hair clips and do like hair clips like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna try it with a headband and put a piece of felt, glue all the pumpkins down on the felt, and then it'll be like a little pumpkin patch. And there'll be all different heights and different colors of pumpkins. So
oh my
really
gosh,
cute.
That's gonna be so cute.
It's like a really just straightforward, like I'm making a rectangle and then I'm like cinching it up at the ends. Very straightforward pumpkin.
You make a lot of hair accessories. I like love it.
I love making pumpkins. I love making hair accessories. They're so easy and they're so fast. I have several that I'm going to show off on stitches later too that I finished. So
oh my gosh,
I
can't wait. I can't wait. I am working on the community tapestry, the Yarn Over Hook community tapestry. I'm finally making it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm really excited.
Cute.
I'm so excited. I was a little concerned that the purple wouldn't show up well with the white, but I think it's actually pretty good.
Your color change is phenomenal.
Thank you.
That. And the back is just as beautiful as the front.
Thank you. I'm doing the intarsia technique. So if you guys have not learned the intarsia technique, that technique requires working with several colors. So I have a whole stack of bobbins. Like,
look at that. You're bursting with
my bobbins. Bursting with bobbins. So I have a bunch of bobbins here that I'm working with. And should I encounter another like color section in the tapestry, I'll have to add in another bobbin. So that's what keeps it clean. That's what keeps it from like
having like the running lines behind.
So that's a whole different technique. And I don't want to do that because my purple is darker than my white.
Yeah, and you'll see
my purple will shine through. So I was like, let me go ahead and actually fully commit to the intarsia technique for my tapestry.
I love this. I want to do this. Did you just like fill these up until they were full, or did it have like, are they like measurements?
Yeah, I just filled them up until they're full. That's and so it's cool. Like when one runs out, I'll just wind some more up and add it on.
That is so cool. I love that.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see it finished. Are you going to hang it on like a little wooden rod when it's finished?
Yep, I'm going to replace the tapestry that's back here.
Oh, the 1000. Oh, we'll retire that one.
Yeah, we're going to retire that one. Someday. It's been up there for a bit and like we're well over 1,000 on YouTube now. Like we've had such amazing support from everybody. So I was like, let me go ahead and get this community tapestry going, especially for our anniversary week.
I know. Oh, I was going to say someday you'll have to make a blanket out of all of these accomplishment like squares tapestry. And it'll be like,
actually be so
an incredible piece. And you'll be able to wrap yourself up in like all the hard work you've done and all the community you've built. Like you'll be able to like get a snuggle of community with the blanket.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't that be
like
so
an amazing
pretty
idea? So as I mentioned earlier, we have a Stitches episode today. So
my favorite Wednesdays.
I mean, I love it. I love it. And I guess we can say it because we're going to announce it today in Stitches, but this video is going to come out after.
Yeah. Now my favorite Wednesday gets to be every Wednesday. Every week, every Wednesday. Every week and every Wednesday.
Every week and every Wednesday. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited to have Stitches every week. I'm really, really excited to have Stitches every week. Like
me too. It's like the highlight of my week. I love showing off projects because like otherwise it's just like me going to my husband being like, look at this. Look at what I made. You don't understand it, but it's so pretty. I mean, he thinks it's pretty, but I'm like, this is complicated.
No, but like I had to do this and this and this. I feel like whenever I show my husband sometimes like a project that I'm doing and it's complicated, you know, they give you that face that's just like, and like, but they're super supportive. It's just like, it's like we're speaking a completely different language to them. Our partners clearly want to understand, but they don't know what a double crochet front post, popcorn, P-coast. They don't know what that is.
Or like the struggles of like pulling mohair on a humid day. It's just like
gosh,
those things. Like,
I couldn't even. I have been avoiding using mohair. I don't even know.
Though.
The other day, I actually saw this beautiful mohair crochet top, and I was like, "How in the world did you do that?" Oh my gosh!
I bet it's gorgeous. Those kinds of tops
look so pretty. It looks like so pretty.
It looks like a magic spider came down and just like made a top for you.
Oh my gosh.
Just like you're a fairy and you're like call your spider friends to you and it's like
yes, it is so magical. It's so magical. So speaking of mohair, you will also be debuting our newest cheat sheet today during Stitches.
I've been so excited about it. I've been working so hard on it. I'm so excited about the cheat sheet. It's called Getting to Know Your Yarn, Picking a Yarn Fiber. And I put it together to kind of give you like a helpful reference guide to decide between like, do I want cotton for this project? Do I want wool? Do I want mohair? I mean, I like mohair, so like, but it is like its thing. It has its own rules. Like it has its own climate control issues. But there's just a lot of factors to think, you know, like, do you want this to be warmer, cooler? And then there's some fun little suggestions even at the end. Because like when we went to the beach and I crocheted some little seaweed, I was like, I'm gonna put seaweed on here. Because what if other people want to crochet little seaweed things? It'd be so cute.
I love my seaweed bracelet.
We should like dry it and preserve it for all time.
Oh, I will. I absolutely will. So we will be debuting it today during Stitches. So if you would like to grab your free copy of Getting to Know Your Yarn, Picking a Yarn Fiber, you can actually grab it in the link in the description.
It's so helpful. Print it out, take it with you to yarn stores to help you pick out what kind of yarn I want for this project. Or just use it as a reference guide to decide when you're shopping online.
So do you remember our first episode of Stitches?
I do. Oh my gosh. I can't believe how many months ago it was now.
Oh my gosh. So our first episode, I think, was in March or April.
It was March or April. It was one of those. And I was just like, I can't believe it's been so long. Like,
and you brought your the feast that you made.
Gosh, yes, the
for
entry
SoCal Fiber Fair.
It was for LA County Fair, not for 2025, but for 2024. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was so cool.
My smorgasbord.
Your smorgasbord.
Yeah. I was so nervous because I've never done like any sort of crochet live thing, and like you invited me, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting! But I was so nervous. I like couldn't sleep the night before, and then I had so much fun, and I came home and I was just like beaming, and like Andrew was like, oh, you had a good time? I'm like, I had the best time. It was so fun.
I remember when it was over, I did the same thing. You left, and I remember going to Quentin, and I was like, oh, that was so much fun. That was so much fun. I hope that we can do this all the time. And now we're about to do it every week.
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Every week, every Wednesday.
And I am just so excited. Like, crocheting with friends, I feel like it's just a whole different experience. It's so nice to get together with somebody and like talk crochet and just like get excited about something, while also even on the flip side, like getting together with a friend and feeling validated for like crying over a project.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I knew you'd understand when I texted you recently where I was like, I had to frog a micro mushroom. And you know, it's like 30 stitches of work, but I was like so upset. And you were like, I know, I understand.
And it was because of the magic circle. It
was like I was closing the end of it and I had changed the way I was closing the end on this one mushroom and then I ruined it. It just like, it got a weird like pucker. It was like, and like mushrooms don't end like that on the bottom. They're flat.
No, they're flat. They don't have a little kissy face at the bottom. Just like, and I think that that is just what is so nice about having fiber friends and like a community that'll support you and just finding like those people who get it. Like,
absolutely.
I feel like it makes crochet even more fun.
I agree. It's really nice to have someone you can talk to about like the woes and about the accomplishments and like the really cool things that you find. We're like, did you see this really cool pattern? Did you see this cool thing? And like, I love sharing that with someone. Or like my cute little mushroom yarn spinner that you also now have. It's just like all those tools were like, look at this cool niche tool that I love.
Oh, I was like highly influenced and ended up with the mushroom and the lily pad.
She makes the cutest things.
The cutest things.
But I love it. I love that like creators kind of like bringing like a whimsy element into like their life. Like adults need more whimsy. And like when we create, we're like doing whimsy. We're like living cottagecore. It's so cute and fun.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
I love just being able to sit at home and like, it's raining outside. You know the scene.
Oh yes.
We all have the same dream. You're sitting on your couch and it's raining outside, pouring, absolutely pouring. You have like those like rivulets of just water. It's rivulets, right? Rivulets?
Let's call it drops of water.
Drops of water. So you have your drops of water going down the window. You have your steaming hot cup of cocoa, tea, coffee, whatever it is that you want. And you're snuggled up on your couch.
There's at least one cat.
At least one.
At least one.
At least one.
At least.
And then if you have a fireplace, fireplace is on.
It's crackling.
It's crackling.
It's absolutely, it's crackling.
Crackalackling.
Let's see. Oh, it's just like everything's calm. Everything's quiet. Maybe there's a candle.
Maybe.
I like that. I'm pro that. That sounds so nice. Oh, that'd be so relaxing. For now, when I want that vibe, because we live in like Southern California, I turn like a lo-fi version of that on YouTube, and I just play that in my apartment instead.
I do the same thing.
It's so relaxing. But even before Stitches, like how we met is like so funny. Well, I guess I should say like a year before we met, I just decided to see if there were any crochet groups in LA.
Yeah, speaking of finding your people.
Exactly. I was like, there's zero. I mean, I couldn't find any. There's a lot of knitting groups and I had been in knitting groups like as a crocheter and then like that sort of like got me into knitting. But I still wanted to find like my crochet people because crochet is like where my heart is. It's what I'm better at and it's what I can make like my crazy stuff with. So I was like, I went on Reddit and I was just like, LA crochet groups. And I found one person who had put a post on the year before that. And I responded to them a year later. Like I slid into their DMs like a year later and I was like, hey. And then like they never responded. And I was like, okay. But then other people responded to me because I put it wasn't actually on a DM. It was like on a public response. But other people responded to me. And that's how it like the whole thing started. Like my friend Allison, who you've met, I believe. Yeah, she was the first person who ever responded to me on there. And I like directed everyone to my IG. And that's how the whole thing started. So it was just like a little less than a year before I met you that like I started that on like IG.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So wait, so then it was a year later that I then messaged you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Exactly. And then like you messaged me like the day before, like our I should say
literally,
our annual.
I think like 2 days.
Yeah, like 2 days before like our annual like holiday like party where I was like, yeah, our annual. It's our first annual, but it's our annual now. I was like, come on over. There's always room. I'll give you a parking permit. And then like you did.
Oh my gosh. And it's just crazy to think that I came across your Reddit post. I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and message this person about Yarn Over Hook and like the group that I'm also trying to create here in LA. Let me just go ahead and message her. She come to my house. I'm like, okay.
Like, what a story. And it's like, you know, sometimes when you like are going to go on like Marketplace or buy furniture, you like go to that person's profile and you suss them out and you're like, okay, they're a normal person. There's nothing on my Reddit profile. It's like, I responded to this one post and that's it. I looked like absolutely like a crazy person. So like, usually like a gamble. And like, I'm so glad you did.
I'm so glad I did too. You have a market coming up.
I do. I'm in that market mode.
How are you feeling about it?
Ooh, you know, it's like sometimes I'm like, I'm so ready, positive vibes. And other times I'm like crippled with fear. I have this like terrible fear that someone from last year is gonna come and be like, I ended up hating this. Isn't that like random? Like,
oh, like somebody who already bought something
from last
coming
year's
back
market,
and seeing you?
Like, I waited a year to find you to tell you that I hated it. I have like this absolute fear that someone's gonna come back. Like if someone rushes at my booth from across the walk, I'm like, that's it. They're coming for me. And I'm just going to take off running.
If you want to see all the behind the scenes, market prep, and market talk with Alexis, definitely check out her YouTube channel at Remy a Crafty Hedgehog so you can get all the details there. Okay, so were you able to get a lot done?
I was. I got like most of this pumpkin done. I just got to like cinch him up, put his little stem in, and he's done.
Yay! And I have this much done.
That's so cool. That's a
if you can't tell, project. This is the H over here, and this is the hook that's going to come up.
I feel the energy from it. It's so cool.
Thank you. I'm so excited for it. So we are going to actually go and get ready for stitches for today. We have a special anniversary episode. We're launching the cheat sheet today, just talking all fibers. It's going to be a very like informational episode today. I'm really excited.
Someone also might be receiving a birthday present.
Wait, what? So I will see you guys tomorrow for some more crochet. Thank you so much for joining me, Alexis. Today was so much fun.
Thank you so much for having me. It always brightens my day. I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Of course.
Bye. Bye.
So what is Yarn Over Hook? Yarn Over Hook is a free social media for crocheters to create, learn, and connect with other crocheters from around the world. Join for free today at yarnoverhook.com and show us what's got you hooked. I'm sure you were wondering, Sammi, why are you frogging a square that you were just so excited about finishing? Well, let me tell you. So I actually made a ginormous mistake on this blanket. A ginormous mistake. To put it simply, oh, hi, Rory. To put it simply, I was supposed to do a join as you go method. And it says that very clearly in the pattern, very, very clearly. However, goodness gracious, Rory. I'm trying to talk, I'm trying to tell the story. However, I didn't realize that it was supposed to be a join as you go on the last round of your squares. I thought that there was another round that I would do in order to join the squares. All of the cats are here. All the cats are here with me today. They're here to offer me comfort. So I was like, oh, I will finish all of the squares and then I will do the final joining as you go round. I was supposed to use the last round of my squares to join them. And I didn't realize that. I didn't realize it until Tuesday. It was just a thing that went off in my head. It was like, look at the pattern one more time and look at the instructions for joining. And as I was looking at the instructions for joining, that's when it dawned on me. I was supposed to be joining all along. I was supposed to be starting with a very specific square and going in a very specific order to join the squares as I make them. So here we are. I am frogging the last round of the squares that I have completed in order to add them to the blanket. But I took a break and came back to it, and I started where I was supposed to start with the square I was supposed to start with and followed the directions for the join as you go. And here we are. This is what we have so far. Oh my gosh, I am so happy with it. I'm so happy. I was completely and utterly devastated when I realized my mistake, but I'm so happy now. I'm so happy. I really wish that I had read the directions more clearly, because I could have had this. I could have more of this. It could be so much bigger and I could be so much more, like so much further along, but it's okay. I'm glad that we are here now. I am glad that I took that second to read the directions again and I stopped where I stopped, because had I gone further, had I even finished the squares, oh my gosh, could you imagine? Ooh, had I finished the squares, this would be a whole different saga. This would be a whole different story. What's even more amazing about this journey is that today, Hooked by Robin actually messaged me. I believe she came across our last 1 week in crochet vlog and saw that I was making the squares individually, messaged me and was like, hey, no, stop. You're not supposed to do it like that. And I cannot express how much I appreciate that. I feel so bad for stressing her out and making her wonder, what is this girl doing? But I am really, really touched that she reached out to make sure that I was doing the blanket correctly. Oh my gosh, talk about timing. It was absolutely perfect timing. So I'm going to be working on this today. I'm going to be working on joining the rest of this row and then hopefully starting the next row. I will have to do a bit of frogging. This isn't the only square that I'm going to have to frog. I will have to frog all of them. But for this row, I have to frog this one and a solid one and actually do a new square in between the two. So I'm hoping that I can get a lot of crocheting done. I have my true crime up. I'm just going to lock in and get this row done. So let's have a drink of water. Cheers. And let's get started. Okay, so my rainbow square is attached. I'm going to move on to the next square, which is a really fun black and white V-stitch square. I'm actually really excited about it. It reminds me of like Powerpuff Girls, like when it's like pow, and it's like the black and white spiky shape. That's what it reminds me of. So I'm really excited to do that square. I went on ahead and cleaned up the ends on the new squares that I did so that those are nice and clean. However, I am leaving the ends here just in case I'll have to frog again, so I don't have to go back and try to undo those ends. My biggest concern with having made that mistake is that I might have used up a lot of yarn. I'm hoping that that's not the case. I feel like Crochet Society added a lot more yarn in this than we needed to compensate for carrying over colors, tails, weaving in ends, like all of the things. Even though I'm supposed to be saying to gauge, which I am, oh, thank goodness. So I think I'll be okay, but only time will tell for that one. Okay, so I double checked the pattern. It looks like we're on the right track. So I'm going to go ahead and keep going with that V-stitch square and then the solid square. And hopefully we can get this done before I have to end my night. Oh my gosh. Tell me that doesn't look exactly like the Powerpuff Girls thing. Like the pew pew. Like, is it Powerpuff Girls? It's the like pow, like the comic book pow pow kind of like symbol. You know, like the spiky black and white. That's what this reminds me of. I love this square. That was so much fun to crochet. Okay, so the next granny square is a solid granny square. It's one of the pink ones. Okay, so I'm gonna have to look for the end of that one, pull it out, frog the round to where I need it to be, and then join it to this one, and that will be the first row of the blanket. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, so I paused my true crime. The true crime is true crime, and oh my gosh. And I want to focus on getting this ends done and getting this on here real quick and have a little chat. One thing that I am very happy that I did was that I wove in the ends the exact same way for every single one of my squares. I am actually very happy that I did that because it makes finding my ends a bit easier. Aha! And I actually left myself a little bit more than I thought for each of my ends, which is not really like me. I tend to leave very short ends, but as I said earlier, one of my biggest concerns was that I wouldn't have enough yarn to finish the blanket. This is my first ever kit, my first ever limited amount of yarn project. And one of the first things that I think about whenever I consider getting a kit is, will there be enough yarn? I don't know what the math is for determining how much yarn to put into a kit, but I don't trust it. I don't trust it one bit. I tend to overbuy yarn. I prefer to have too much than just the right amount. So with the idea of kits and being sent only a specific amount of yarn terrifies me. But as I mentioned before, I really needed this blanket, so I had to get it. And judging by the amounts of yarn I have left and the amount of squares that I've already done, I think I might be safe. I am putting my trust in Crochet Society and Hooked by Robin that there is enough yarn in this kit for me to finish this blanket, that there is more than enough yarn in this kit to finish this blanket. One of the colors in particular that I have been using a lot is yellow. And I was looking at it today as I was doing this star square, which is super cute, by the way. I was thinking that, I am slowly running out of yellow. I'm hoping that I will have enough yellow for the remaining squares that need yellow. And it's mainly flower centers, and I think I have a couple more stars left, and then I'll be fine. I'll be safe. I think I have enough yarn for that, and it looks like I might actually have way more than enough for it. I tried really hard to get as close to gauge as possible because I know that that is a huge factor in using up yarn. I do know, which is why I was excited to use my blocking board, that there are some squares where I may have even used too little yarn, meaning I crocheted it pretty tight. I am all over the place in my tension with this blanket, I have to admit, because if a pattern is unfamiliar to me, I tend to relax my tension a little bit because of course I'm not crocheting as confidently. So I know that a few of these squares are inconsistent in the tension. So that is also why I was excited to get them on the blocking board. But This is an acrylic blanket. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is probably laying it flat and steaming it. I may even lay it flat and blow dry it on like a medium setting a bit. Or I might just throw it in a garment bag, honestly, and just throw it in the washing machine on a gentle cycle. I haven't decided yet how I want to block this blanket, especially now since I won't be blocking the squares individually. And because now I'm going to be crocheting squares that aren't as blocked as the other squares that I've already blocked. So the tension's going to be all over the place in this blanket, which I'm just going to have to accept. And I will figure out a way to block it to make sure everything is nice and even. This yarn already has a really nice drape, so I'm not really concerned about like the texture because it's acrylic or anything. This is a really nice yarn. So really my only concern is making sure that it is uniform. I don't know about the colors running. I know this is acrylic, but these colors are so vibrant that I'd want to be careful about putting anything strong in the water. So I'm probably going to steam it or blow dry it with a hair dryer. I just want this blanket to be perfect, to be honest. I am so excited about this blanket. Although I was a little bit upset about how it was turning out at first, I feel much, much better about it. I am so happy that I am finishing the first row of the blanket. This will be the first of 10 rows. And like I said, I already had more than half of the squares done. I also started the last 5 rainbow squares. I crocheted those up all the way until the last round so that I can use the last round to join them in as I go. So I already have a majority. Oh, welcome back. So it's really just a matter of, you're purring really loudly. You guys hear him? Let me take this back and crochet these last few stitches a little bit more tightly. This will probably be a bunch of little games of chicken, which I am not looking forward to. I am not gonna lie. Oh, we're safe. Okay. All right, we are safe. Whew. And there we go. The first row of the festival blanket done. I am so glad that I didn't give up on this blanket. I don't even think that was really an option, but I am so glad to have come back to it, having read the entire instructions and figuring out how I can turn this into a oh my gosh. I am just so happy and excited about how this blanket is going to look. I mean, you can see it, right? Like you can see the vision. You can see the vision. All right, Crojo has officially returned. Oh, hello. Hi. Everyone is back. You can't have any water, Toshi. You can't have my water. But I think I'm going to end this here for tonight. I am just so glad to have finished the first row. Oh my gosh. Let's have one last cheers. Cheers. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Whew. Good morning. It is Friday, which means it is the first anniversary for Yarn Over Hook and my birthday. Yay! I got my free drink from Starbucks. I'm going to head home, do some crocheting, and then get ready for the live for today. That's really good. I'm not a pumpkin spice girly, but the Pecan Crunch Oat Latte that comes out every year around this time, 10 out of 10 would recommend, absolutely. I needed one more. Okay, so for today, I want to keep going on the festival blanket. I actually didn't end up stopping last night and added 2 more squares. I am so happy with this, like incredibly happy. It's starting to look like a blanket to me, which is just so much fun. I started the next square, which is actually another Powerpuff Girls square. So I'm going to complete that. And then 4 of the squares for this row are actually squares that I already have done. So I think I only need to make 1 more square, which I think is a star square, and then add the 4 squares that I've already made onto this row. So I'm hoping that I can finish this row and get into the 3rd row before I have to stop and get ready for the live for today. I am so excited for today. I love my birthday. And now that it shares a day with the making of yarnoverhook.com, I am so excited for this day now. I was mentioning during the live yesterday that my birthday feels extra special now because I'm going to get to celebrate the love of crochet with people from all over the world. It makes me so excited for the years to come, and oh gosh, I couldn't be more happy. I don't have anything else really planned for the day. It's been a very busy week, so this evening I'm actually hoping to just lounge and play some spooky games with my husband and maybe eat pizza. We have a busy day on Sunday. We're going down to San Diego for the San Diego Yarn Crawl with Alexis and her husband. So I'm okay with having a chill evening for the day. I will probably keep working on my Yarn Over Hook community tapestry later this evening while also screaming at Resident Evil. My husband is usually the one who plays the spooky game while I help with the puzzle and scream all the time. So I will actually probably be able to crochet while playing with him. And I think I might keep working on the Yarn Over Hook tapestry because I really want to get that done. I've made some good progress on it, so I really want to get that one finished. I am almost done with the round before joining on this square, so I'm going to finish this up. I want to finish this documentary that I started yesterday and probably start a new one. There's a lot of good ones on Netflix lately, and I am tearing through them. So let's get into it. Whew, joining as you go can be really terrifying. I'm not gonna lie. Making sure that the stitch count is correct, that everything is lining up, and oh goodness gracious, I just don't want to make any more big mistakes with this blanket. So if it doesn't line up, I am frogging it back and I'm redoing it until it does. I love the black and white squares in this blanket. I love the vibrant and bright colors. And then these black and white squares really add a nice grounding kind of effect to the vibrancy of this blanket. And I love it. I love it. These two squares are the only black and white squares, the spiral, and we're just gonna call it the Powerpuff Girl Pow. They are just so much fun, and oh man, I love this blanket so much. This blanket is making me so happy. This next square here is actually a star square. This star is so much fun and it actually looks like a star. That's what I love about it. It reminds me of Steven Universe, which is one of my favorite shows. So I love this one and I'm so excited that I get to do it again. What I love most about these star squares and the flower squares and the daisy squares, these ones, is that these aren't sewn onto the squares. Like, you're not making the granny square separately and the flower separately. You're making them together. You make the flower first, and then Robin has a technique that allows you to attach the granny square as you're going on the square. So there's no sewing on appliques. I cannot express how much I appreciate that because, gosh, one, that takes so much time. And then I would be so stressed on making sure that I don't use too much yarn so that I don't run out of yarn for the kit. I just I appreciate it so much. I appreciate it so, so much. I hadn't actually used any sort of technique like that before until the Granny Square deck, actually, the Flower Granny Square deck by Clara Montgomery. And then I encountered it in this pattern as well and was like, wait a minute, like that's genius. No sewing, you just attach it as you go. I'm loving this join as you go, continuous join. These are techniques that I think just makes crochet easier. It makes it more fun. It makes it more like, not so much approachable as it is easy. It's just like so much easier. And it also cuts down on waste and just like yarn usage. You're not using so much yarn sewing appliques on. Instead, you incorporate it into the square as opposed to sewing it on the square. And I just I love that. I am going to have to end the crocheting after I get this square attached because I have to eat lunch before we get to our big celebration. I want to be sure that I am nice and full and not thinking about food when I am celebrating with the crochet friends in the live today. It was just such a good morning. This was such a good morning of crochet. I finished both my documentaries, which were just absolutely wild. I just gave my husband the TLDR, and I tend to do that after I finish an insane documentary. I feel like that guy, that meme that's like with like my board behind me and like all of the things linked and like, oh my gosh, it's just, I really enjoyed my true crime and crochet time. So now I'm going to focus on getting this square attached so that I can be ready for lunch and the live. Okay, so this is how far we got for the second row. I love this so much. How many times have I said that? Who cares? I love it so much. The food is here. I want to get ready for the live for today. So we're just going to go ahead and end it there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on my birthday. Happy first anniversary, Yarn Over Hook. Good morning, it's Saturday, and while I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of crocheting myself, we are going to go to the Montana Art Walk in Santa Monica to see Alexis's crochet. I am so excited to see how her booth is set up and send her sell-out energies. I also plan to take a little walk around the art walk to see the other artists there. We may stop by Starbucks on the way because I definitely need some caffeine. So let's get going. Good morning. It's about 7:30 in the morning on Sunday. I am up so early because my husband and I are meeting up with Alexis and her husband to drive down to San Diego for the San Diego yarn crawl. I am so excited for today because I've never done a yarn crawl. I don't know how much yarn I'm gonna get. I know I'm gonna meet some alpacas, so I'm really excited for that. And I just love San Diego, so I'm really excited for today. I'm also wearing the earrings that I got from Alexis yesterday. So I am all ready. Let's get going. Whew, just got back home. Oh my gosh, what a day. So we drove all the way down to San Diego, went to 4 of the 6 San Diego yarn crawl spots. We grabbed a bite to eat a couple of times and then drove all the way back. Oh my goodness, what an amazing day. So I do want to show you guys what I got from the yarn stores, but first I want to show you I finished my yarn over hook tapestry. I just have to weave in the ends and then add on the rods, and that's going to go right there. I'm so excited. I am so happy that I was able to finish this on the drive. So with this tapestry, I actually used these bobbins that I got from Crochet.com. 10 out of 10 would recommend. It was my first time actually using them, and I am so glad that I got so many. I actually have 18 of these and absolutely recommend them for intarsia. This is the back of my tapestry, so I just have to weave in the ends and it'll be all good. I am so happy with how this came out. Now on to the haul. So at our first stop, A Simpler Times Farm, I got 2 hanks of this beautiful 100% baby alpaca yarn in fingering weight. Isn't it so beautiful? I'm hoping that I can find a pattern that's like a little lacy. I'm just really excited for this one. This is so pretty, and I wish that you could feel how soft this is. I am so happy with this. We also got our cats a little wool ball to play with. Our next stop was Yarn and Thread Expressions, and my husband actually picked out this really fun funfetti-like coastal cotton fine yarn, and he requested that I make him a beanie. So I started this beanie on the drive back, and he is loving it so far, so I cannot wait to finish this one up for him. Our next stop was Emmy's Yarn Exchange, and I got 5 hanks of this beautiful blend. It's acrylic, wool, and nylon in DK. I couldn't resist it. 5 hanks of these should really get me something really nice for this winter, so I'm really excited about that. I also got these really cute yarn cozies. My husband picked out the pattern on these ones. This should help to keep my yarn untangled and safe from my cats. I also finally got an umbrella swift. I am so excited to finally have one, especially with all of the hanks that I bought today. I was like, oh, I should probably get one and grabbed one from Emmy's Yarns. My husband won this very fun yarn kit, and I will be putting it to good use. And last but not least, we went to a really sweet store called Apricot Yarn and Supply, and I got this really fun tulip hook. I'd never seen them in black and gold, and I was like, ooh, this is fancy. Yes, please. And grabbed one of these. Gosh, I had so much fun this week. It was jam-packed full of celebration, happiness, crochet friends, yarn, all of the fun things. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider hitting that like button, subscribe, and ding the bell so that you know when we upload a new video, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, friends! Before we go, I want to give a huge shout out to our YouTube members. Thank you so much for your support. Your membership helps us to create videos just like this one. Thank you again so much for supporting the Yarn Over Hook team, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye!